All right, let's go. Welcome, everyone. Midge is watching League of Legends. I'm jealous. I should be watching League of Legends too, but I'm streaming instead. Work on the stream. Got to do my grand arenas anyway. I could do them while watching Worlds though. Not this time. I guess I'll just have to watch them later. Watch them on replay. Yeah, fun stuff. Fun stuff. So what's happening with all you guys today? I see we got Fellhammer in here. We got Thundy, Jack Slash, VS1 Alex, Jason Kraulick, Owen Hines. Bunch of fun people in here. Placebo Fan is here. Revan's here. I'm excited for the unlock, Loquitur. Yeah, so I've got 90 tickets. I didn't double check. I think that's all I need, though. I think if I use these 90 and I don't drop a battle, then I think we're good. I think that's the event. So let's go here and check real quick. Yeah, so I need one of each. This one takes 30. This one takes 60. I got 94 up top. So if I can get through those, then we'll have the Sith Eternal unlocked, and we'll get to see how far I can gear him up. Nice. Rusty says, "What's your take on gear farming efficiency? The new daily gear challenges. Farm other gear and just let the carbs, stun guns, and cuffs come in over time." I'll answer that here in a second. Bigmus says hello. Hi, Bigmus. Mithri's in the house. Hey, DL, just finished your 1-year video. What did I learn from watching basically all your videos? I unlocked SLKR after 8 months and had a ton of fun playing. Very efficiently. Big thanks. Nice. That's great. JOEYDAGOAT. Greetings. Been a while since I've watched an entire stream. Hey, welcome. Mithri says 10 months. Took him 10 months. Okay, to get the SLKR. Spent most of today looking after my grandma. She fell recently. She's 86. Oh, wow. Well, good on you. Good on you for spending time with your family and, being a good citizen. Have you lost a battle yet on the first tier? The first tier, I think it took me 10 battles to get 8 wins. So I dropped 2 battles out of 10. And the 2 that I dropped, I think I got a little bit too greedy. I was trying to get all of the exposes triggered. And I think I just should have triggered 1 expose and killed a character, and I would have been fine, because killing a character had a chance of getting me life and turn meter back, and I probably would have been fine. But yeah, so I dropped 2 out of 10. So for the cost of a Zeta, having to farm 30 extra tickets for the cost of a Zeta, I think that's fine. I'm glad I did not put the Zeta on. I left my guild on the offer of joining a better one. I'm in the uncomfortable period of waiting for the invite. Yeah, I know what you mean. There's like that 24-hour cooldown where you can't join the new guild. And it's like, oh, this better not fall through. But don't worry. I mean, even if you get stranded with no guild for a minute, you can always get another guild. You got this, but do you have enough gear to get him to 13? I think I'm a few pieces away. I think I still have this piece here that I need 60 of, and I have 50 of. So, yeah. That will hold me up from getting gear 13. Well, unless it's available somewhere. I mean, I don't have a character right now that needs it, so it's hard to look up. But I don't know. I could see if I could spy it over here in the store, and then maybe we can shortcut the whole thing. Well, it's not in there. Not in here. So yeah, I think we probably get him to there, and then maybe I need another day to farm out the last bits, or maybe I don't know, if we drop 360, are we going to get 10? If we just do the refreshes that are 100, would we get? I don't know. Maybe I'll do that for you guys. So there's an 80% chance you win this. No, I think there's a good chance that I should close out both of these without a problem. With an Omicron coming to Sidious, would it be okay to Zeta him? Well, I mean, I have no idea until we see what these Omicrons are going to look like. I don't know. You can make the assumption that they're all going to do something good for territory wars, for example. But until we see them, I wouldn't know whether the Zeta is worth putting on him. So, yeah, I mean, if it's a game-altering ability where suddenly he becomes a character that can make a winning team, then it's worth a Zeta. If you care that much about territory wars, remember these Omicrons are going to be good. Like, let's say a battle takes you 5 minutes max. You get 2 territory wars a month. That Omicron ability will serve you well for a maximum of 10 minutes per month. So I honestly don't know what that's worth at our level. If you're at the top of the game and you've got everything already, these Omicrons might be the difference between winning or losing in a TW-focused guild. But for me, at my 2 million galactic power, I mean, nobody's going to... we're not going to win or lose a territory war based on whether or not I have an Omicron, twice a month. So keep that in perspective, guys. Don't just grab for the candy because it's there. Honestly, I dropped a couple Cantina battles on stream the other day for my main account and got 1 Omicron material. And I think that was Wednesday, right? So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So 3 days later, I have 1 Omicron material. I have not gotten a single other Omicron material drop since then. So it looks like the drop rate on these things is absolutely heinous. So I wouldn't plan on Omicroning a lot of stuff, at least from what I'm seeing so far. All right, I'm 90 tickets away from the SLKR unlock, says Jeff Miller. That's cool. Hope to see you unlock C on stream. All right. Just wanted to say thanks for your mod video. It's helping me a lot sorting through trash. Yeah, good. Well, we're going to upgrade those mod videos. I'm in the last 60 tickets. Oh, thanks. I'm in the last 60 tickets for SLKR unlock. Thanks for the tips on the 3rd tier. Cool, man. Cool. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, JOEYDAGOAT says, well, unless you put it on defense, if it's a good defensive Omicron, then it could be more minutes playing against other people. That's fair enough. I seriously don't have an idea how these Omicrons are going to change useless characters that much. I'm really curious. Well, Boba Fett's Omicron had like an operator's guide that came with it. There was like 3 pages of text on all of the different things that happened and stack. And so they'll probably try to make an Omicron that makes him, let's say, as a leadership character or something like that. So you put him in the lead and then a bunch of good stuff happens. And then it's not so much his kit as a character and the fact that he's a bad character, but then you put him in the leader slot and try to figure out the right characters to put with him to make a good team. So I could see that. Rebel Officer Leia Organa, characters like that you have to relic as part of a journey. Rose Tico, I don't know what they're going to do with Rose Tico. She's, yeah, wow. What are they going to do with Rose Tico? Interested to see that. I feel like it's more like 4 territory wars a month. What? Is it? No, does territory war just come around more often than I realize? I don't know. Will you make a video on how to prepare for double drops that come later in November? When the whole game is doing double drops on nodes, I mean, my standard policy is just to basically I just bank energy the day before I do that thing where I save my refreshes, and then right before we flip over to the double drops, I do my refreshes. But other than that, I just do exactly the same thing that I always do. It's just that I get 2 days worth of farming out of 1 day. I don't go crazy for double drops. Events like Cat, where you have to do something specific, sure, we'll plan for that. We'll do something crazy. But when it's just double drops on nodes, just play the game, do what you normally do, and get twice as much as you normally would. That's my take on it. I mean, so they had this event where it was like 4 days of double drops, and everybody was going crazy, doing weird stuff, and doing the 100 refreshes. And I'm like, well, you know, you can do the 100 refreshes if you can afford the crystals, but the 100 refreshes are just going to get you what you would normally get in a day. So basically, if you just do the 50s, you get 8 days worth of farming in 4 days. It's nice, but it's not that big of a deal. So that's my thought on it. Rose is better Rancor food. You know what would be phenomenal if her Omicrons was like your whole team is dipped in stomach acid from the Rancor, and nasty things happen to your opponent. It'd be like an inside joke for the people who know it. I wrote in the Patreon chat that Rose Tico's ability is going to be, when the fighting really starts, Rose Tico leaves. And then like 5 turns later, she comes back, and a hacker shows up in the extra character slot, and all of your characters get the ambush debuff. So she comes back and basically gets your team killed. Because that's kind of what happened in the movie, right? Like when things started getting serious, she just took off, and then when she came back, she kind of made things worse. So I don't know. Well, the whole team. You got to blame Finn too for that. It's 4 times a month. All right, so we get if we get 4 TWs a month, then it's 20 minutes a month. But again, it just comes back to the same thing. It's like how much do you prioritize territory wars? Where's your guild at in this whole thing? And do the Omicrons make that big of a difference for you? So, yeah, I mean, I could see where eventually you're going to have enough Omicron materials. You're going to want to do somebody. So we'll get to pick. But again, from the drop rate that I've seen on this, I think unless you're buying Omicrons, you're going to be waiting a while. What's up, DL? I have to prepare for my son's 2nd birthday party. Patrick Wagner. That's awesome. Enjoy that time with your family. Hamza, that's a cool name. Hamza C says he's catching a stream. That's cool. All right. With the characters you get from going a Galactic Legend Rush, do you recommend C over SLKR? I think with SLKR, that's why I like the Gladiator path so much, because you stabilize with several different teams that are good for you before you go into the SLKR build. Then you can get a very good Relic team. You can get one really good Relic First Order team out of the SLKR build. And that gives you a stable base to play the game. With the C journey, you can pretty much go straight into C, because you get troopers, you can build a Vader team. Once you commit to Anakin, you can build a Padme team. So C kind of promotes you building up those teams as you go. With SLKR, I think you're better off building some good teams ahead of time and then going into the SLKR. But either one of those builds, they're really the training wheels of Galactic Legends, right? Those are the two that you can go for reasonably. And let's say, for instance, you did something like more like a gas journey, where you went, clones and all that stuff into gas, and then you said, okay, well, I want to do Rey as my first Galactic Legend. Things like Rey and JML start making a lot more sense if you've already stabilized your account with several different teams. Then you could take, one of the less straightforward GLs, and that's fine too. Somebody was talking about JML versus Kenobi, and the thing is that there's just been power creep, right? So JML is a very good Galactic Legend, but the power creep between him and Kenobi, if I had to choose which one to farm, I would pick Kenobi, because he just seems like he's a stronger character. You could build stronger teams around him. So just being kind of power hungry, I would build the character that would give me more thump in the account. But Jedi Master Luke, I mean, he triggers off a Jedi, so he's always going to be getting better. They're always going to be putting more Jedi stuff in the game, so he'll continue to grow and change and be good forever. So anybody who wants to go farm JML, that's it's an excellent character to get. All right, I'm going to talk a little bit about the gear thing, because a lot of people are asking that question. And a lot of people are curious. I'm curious also. But here's what my thoughts are so far. When I go into Guild Store, for example, I like to buy off of this line here that has the Mark V droid collars. I'm always short on those. But those are now going to be in the challenges. And we're going to get, let's say, roughly 60 of these a week. I've been looking at the drop rates, and I've got 19, 20, 22, numbers like that. So roughly 20 every time the challenge comes up. It comes up 3 times a week. It should give you about 60 of all these pieces of gear. Well, if I'm getting 60 of these a week, that's freeing up this currency. If we're getting stun cuffs, we don't have to spend here. Then this top line starts becoming real attractive. And you can see that I actually bought back to gel here, and I don't typically ever buy back to gel. I typically farm that node, but we're not getting extra back to gel, so we still need that. And I think I'm going to approach this more like a banking system now, where if any of these materials up here I don't have 50 of, I'm just going to make sure that I always have 50 of something to bring the characters up. In terms of, let's say, the shard shop, this is you're going to be able to bring characters to gear 12 faster. You'll be able to have more characters at gear 12 waiting on gear 13. That's going to put more pressure on your shard store if you're buying these purple pieces like I do out of here. One of the other side effects that I can already see that it's going to have to a very large extent, when I'm relicking characters over and over and over, time and time again, it always comes down to the same equation. The left side I can always get finished very easily. The right side I'm always waiting on, and I'm always farming something with fleet energy. So now we're going to have people coming up through the ranks faster. We're going to have more characters waiting on gear 13. The relief we got was with the stuff where we have to farm it with regular energy. We didn't really get much relief on any of the pieces over here that we have to farm like this stuff. So I feel like you're going to get characters to relic faster, and there's going to be just a huge amount of pressure on your fleet energy to try to close these pieces out. So what I'm trying to figure out is what's the best way to use the shop now to target some of these gold pieces on the left side. Because if we can't close those out, then that's all your characters are going to look like this right here. You'll have all your pieces over on that side. You'll be waiting on everything on this side all the time. And then instead of people being bottlenecked down here at like gear 10 or 11 waiting on the Carbantes and stun cuffs, you're just going to have characters parked up here waiting on the relic level materials, gear 13 stuff. So that's a bit my challenge now, is to try to figure out how to make sense of that. And really the shard shop is the place where that stuff shows up, and it's twice the cost of the purple stuff. But maybe it just comes down to that. Maybe we just have to and again, so let's imagine that hard nodes, if somebody could point me to this, somebody said in the channel that they were going to double the gear drops on hard nodes, and I went back and tried to look for the post where that's written, and I couldn't find it. So if somebody could drop that somewhere in Discord and let me see, for sure that that's going to happen. But let's say they do. Let's say that happens and they double the gear drops on hard nodes. Some nodes are then going to become very attractive as hard node farms, And what you can do, let's say you need stun cuffs. If you need stun cuffs, you're going to go into, let's see, where is it? You're going to go into here, and you're going to farm this node for stun cuffs all the time, because you can also get Django, you can also get Houndstooth. Those feed the shard shop. So while you're farming your stun cuffs off of this node at a higher drop rate, you're getting other gear for the scavenger for relic stuff, and you're getting more stuff for the shard shop. So that may look like the new equation, where instead of farming regular nodes, we try to target certain hard nodes where we can get gear and at the same time be farming specific kinds of characters that give us shards, plus stuff to break down for bronzium wiring will be a priority always for me, because I always run out of that stuff. But all of these nodes that have like a character and a ship, or 2 characters, if we can figure out the right gear to farm off of these hard nodes, then yeah, it might look more like farming more hard nodes, feeding the shard shop more shards, and then using the shard shop to actually buy these pieces, so that the timing works out, so that you can relic a character on a routine. And maybe that turns into relicking a character every 2 weeks, but at least for me, I know for sure right now that the bottleneck has just moved to fleet energy gear. 100%, no doubt about it. The bottleneck is going to be right here on my account after the changes. All right, we'll go over here and catch up on chat. How do you not consider flat health, protection, and defense good stats for health and defense mods? Ilya, it's just because of relics. So once you get to relic level, a lot of your stats, the health, the protection doesn't go up so much, but the health and defense escalate, and the flat stats just don't do that much. So if I had a defensive mod, let's say this health mod right here, and I could pick a stat like flat defense here at the bottom, or potency, percent potency, I'm going to pick percent potency every time. Even a stat like percent tenacity is going to be better for my character than a little bit of flat health, flat protection, whatever that is. Because it becomes so much less relevant with respect to the total health pool that the character has. So yeah, let's try to find something that has flat protection on it. Something that I've now, we don't want to assign things. All right, so here we've got flat health and flat protection on an arrow that has crit chance, right? So the reason I kept this mod is just because it has crit chance with a crit chance substat. Man, there's overlap now on these mods, and that looks weird. I don't know if you guys see the same thing I see, but it's overlapping the stat lines now after the last round of changes. I don't like that very much, but yeah, so this has flat protection on it. You look, you got 2 hits here for 1,300 and 664 health. So if we look at 664 health on a relic level character, let's go pick a relic character to look at. And not one of the highest relics characters. Let's just look at I don't know, Mon Mothma. We'll just pick a character, right? So her health pool currently is 5,600. So 664 is 1%. 1%. And any health percent stat with 2 hits in it is always going to have more than 1%. So that's it. I mean, just you have to plan like your characters are going to end up at relic level, and so we get 0.81. So 2 hits would be like 0.1, 1.5, let's say. So you're always going to get more health out of a percent health stat than you are out of a flat protection or flat health. And then beyond that, I would just rather have an off stat of percent offense than to have more flat health or protection. You can make those choices mod by mod. I mean, if you decide that a mod's good for you, then go ahead and use it. But anyway, that's my logic. I'm probably going to double up fleet energy for that, just because farming the gear, the 12 stun guns requires that require all fleets take forever. Yeah, the Mark 12 stun gun or whatever. Unique, crunchy. If this character gets eaten by the Rancor in the challenge pit, the Rancor deals 1 million damage to itself. And you should call it indigestion instead of crunchy. Rose Tico gives him indigestion. That'd be funny. Now that I have 7-starred Malak, what should I spend my get 1 on? That depends what you want to do. You can spend it on Hermit Yoda, Wampa, save it for your gas journey someday, spend a little bit of it on gear. So that's up to you. But I would certainly spend it on Hermit Yoda before I spent too much of it on gear, because he's a good character, and that's the only way you can get him reliably from the game. So yeah, I would probably do Hermit Yoda next, and you know, you can get a little bit of gear out of there here and there if it makes sense. And then you know, if you want gas someday, you'll save it up for him. With the gear changes, it also makes a lot of core gear packs look much worse than they already were for real dollars. Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't. So let's talk about that. So there's going to be this feeling that people have like the gear changes didn't fix anything, and I've tried to talk a few people through this before, because I think that people allow themselves in a way to be a bit misled. So this guy was saying, you know, his characters are waiting on gear, and I said, your characters will always be waiting on gear, no matter what. But you can't change that. Well, if we had more gear, then it wouldn't be true. And my explanation was, it's absolutely true. Because when you're ready to gear up a character, if the upgrade button is lit, what do? You push the upgrade button, right? And if the upgrade button is lit again, what do? You push the upgrade button. So you're going to push the upgrade button until your character is short on gear. It's an inevitability of the game that you will always be lacking gear, because if you're not lacking gear, then you upgrade, and you instantly make statement number 1 true again, and you're lacking gear. So I think those gear packs for money are going to look the same. It's not really going to change their value in terms of, is it worth buying them for the money, or since I get them for free now, I can just wait. Money has always been the same thing. It's always just been a way to accelerate your timeline. That's all it buys you. It buys you time. And in this case, it does the same thing. It just buys you time. And if that time for you getting the character to the next gear tier is worth it, then you're going to do it. But I mean, if you do favorites and you look at your characters and you're waiting to upgrade characters, it's not going to look different with the gear changes, because every time you get an upgrade button, you're going to click it, and it'll be the same. Your characters will all be waiting on gear. So that's that's what I mean. But overall, like if you track your account progress, like I've averaged 35,000 galactic power per week for 6 months. If I did the exact same thing over again, I should be able to see more growth, because I would get more upgrade buttons. So it'll take a while for this to settle in, for people to get used to it. But yeah, I don't think it devalues the gear packs in terms of their dollar value, because you're just buying time, and you were always buying time. But in terms of how many people are going to be willing to pay for them, it may seem easier now to just say, okay, I won't buy it. I'll just wait. I don't need it. I can wait a little bit. All right, so we're getting on some time here. We got to make a choice. We can either go for Sith Eternal before the Loquitur, or we can try to finish out that event after. What do you guys think? You want to see it now, or you want to see it after the Grand Arena? Is the double drop short term or long term? Benny, the game has an anniversary right around Thanksgiving. And usually there's an event week, and they give free gifts, and they do double drops for, 4 or 5 days. I'm behind on all my news, so I don't know exactly how long it's going to be. But I think last year it was like 4 or 5 days that there's just everything in the game was double the drops. So yeah, it's a limited time thing, and I still want to find it in writing somewhere where they say that the double drops on hard nodes is, or doubling the gear on hard nodes is going to be a thing. I see that on the game. Oh, okay. So with the overlap for the mod stuff, other people see it as well and have it in their accounts too. Okay, yeah. Just joined the stream. Is the Loquitur GAC done already? Nah, we're just chatting. Is Wampa good on 3v3? Wampa at relic level is good against non-relic characters. Wampa's one of those characters that like beats up smaller characters very well. So yeah, he can solo stuff, but pretty quickly kind of scales out to the point where we're done. The C event. Oh man, that is a lot of votes for the C event. That's a lot of votes for the C event. All right, well, the chat has spoken. They're excited to see the C event. All right, so let's go over here to our journey guide. Let's get in here on the Sith Eternal Emperor. We've got Anakin to do, and we're basically just doing basics with him and getting by with it. We tried to do the big hit last time and got our buffs removed. So maybe if we don't do that and we just do the basics, maybe we're better off. Let's see how it plays out. All right, get him. All right, hit him. Oh, stuck. What happened? Okay, there we go. All right, we got him. Whew! Had me worried there for a second. The whole game froze up. All right, one down. All light side battles are rewarding double drops the 17th and 18th. Dark side on the 19th and 20th. Mods on the 20th and 21st. Fleet 23rd, 24th. And then Cantina battles 25th and 26th. Okay, so it progresses day by day. I think they said they will increase the drop chances of gear on hard nodes. They want double the amount of gear you get, like character shards. Good. Yeah. No, that's that would be beneficial. And then from there, that's where I have to figure out like what's the new efficient balance going to look like for gear acquisition. But I really think it has something to do with the shard shop, because I don't know that we're going to be able to get enough of that fleet farm stuff without hitting up the shard shop. All right, we've treated this round 3 like the basic express here the last few times. We've just done basics for days, and that's worked out for us, so we'll do that again this time. You can get the Mark V stun guns from Mace Windu's gear challenge. The Mark V stun guns from Mace Windu's gear challenge. All right, stay shocked, son. Ooh. Ouch. Yow. Wow. Well, there we go. We're not unlocking C today. Alrighty then. Woo! Brutality. That was a yikes. Did I mess up my mod somehow? What went wrong there? That felt easy before, and this time around he just roasted me. No, we got all the same stuff. We didn't get a shock on him early. Luke just did the meaty whack. Use the heal. Vader's no has never been more fitting. Well, I'll just farm up some more tokens and we'll probably grab that tomorrow, you know, with today's farming and tomorrow's farming, we'll be fine. We'll get those 60 tickets back, and hopefully we'll finish it out the next time. You could have healed. Maybe you should have stunned once and shocked to stun for 2 turns and avoided the counters. Yeah, so it's worked all up till now. It's worked just to keep him shocked. So I guess it's not a timed event, right? So we could have stopped and thought about it a little bit more. I suppose when he had the counterattack buff up, we could have tried to do something different to avoid getting counterattacked. We could have popped the heal on him. That doesn't count as an attack, and he would not have counterattacked us. So I don't know if that would have saved the battle or not. He hit hard those first 2 turns. He just came over and just chunked me out. That was crazy. Michael Lord says every guide just says you spam the basic. The resists got you killed. Well, sometimes you got to mark it down to RNG happens, right? So, we'll get the other tickets. No reason to be bitter about it, but we'll get those tickets. I got to farm some more off of here anyway. So then for tomorrow's stream, hopefully what we can do then tomorrow is if we unlock him tomorrow, we should be able to have enough of these, and we'll get the Sith Eternal and potentially get him all the way to relic level. That would be groovy. Tomorrow's stream, guys, just to let you know, I'm going to have to stream super early tomorrow. We'll probably start tomorrow's... Excuse me. We'll probably start tomorrow's stream sometime like 4:30, like 2 hours earlier than normal. And I'll just do the GACs and get through it quickly. Probably not going to do a lot of chatting because we got trick-or-treating to do. So I've got to be a good dad and finish up my stream and get out there with my kid and go get some candy. So the stream tomorrow will be early. If you want to watch it during the regular time, then of course it should be up as a video. You could still watch it. If others can join early, that would be cool, and that way I can move on and go grab some loot with my kid. All right, so if we review the last round, we got a full clear. An AOW did an attack back. Easy win. This time our opponent is Metis, something like that. Old Republic United. In terms of stats, we got 2.291 million galactic power, all the way at the top end of this division. 918 in ships and 1.3, almost 1.4 in characters. We're looking at scores here, 474 and 85, so looks like a player who's pretty casual, maybe not looking to get top scores in things. A lot of fleet, no premium fleet. If you make it all the way to 2.3 million galactic power, and I don't think this is a hyperdrive bundle or anything like that. Didn't see Vulture Droid in here. So it's non-hyperdrive, 2.3 million galactic power. You got to be in a guild that's good enough to help you get those capital ships. So no premium capital ship here yet, and no Finalizer either. So he's got the TIE Silencer and shuttle and some stuff like that. So it makes you think maybe he's got the Finalizer, but he doesn't have the Finalizer going yet either. Still working on his Xanadu blood and some of the stuff that he needs for the requirements for that event, looks like. So fleet, it feels like we have a pretty big advantage. He's got a couple of hard hitters, but not to the extent that I'm worried about it. Character-wise, he has Revans, he has Grievous. Malik is down here, still being worked on. Gear, what is that, Gear 11? So he's Gear 11. Bastila Fallen is Gear 12. So if he puts that on defense, I'm not quite as worried as I would normally be if that was a Relic Malik. We could probably deal with a Gear 11 Malik. So Grievous, of course, is always a threat on defense. And Kylo Ren unmasked could be interesting if we have to fight against him on defense. So he's got the possibility to put some interesting teams on defense, but he doesn't have a whole lot of other offense behind it. So it feels to me like most of this stuff is probably going to go on offense anyway. Grievous be on defense, maybe Darth Revan be on defense. Most of this other stuff probably goes on O. So we set a pretty normal defense, the same teams that we've been setting, getting very predictable. Oh, he cleared our nest though, huh? So we put Enfys Nest in the front row here. Cleared that in one. Got through. And then we actually put some of our harder teams here on the back wall. We made the back wall a challenge at least, so that if he got through the front, I didn't think he would get through that nest. I didn't see a lot of stuff to get through that. So he cleared this stuff and got to fleets, and then what did he do in fleets? Nothing. He didn't try yet. Okay, so we got to be careful because he cleared 2 zones and then stopped playing. That doesn't mean that he's done and he's out of teams and he's quit. It could mean that he's seen the rest of my stuff. He knows he can beat everything on the back wall and he's just waiting. So we got to play it out for banners. We got a Padme team here, Gear 12. We've got Geos that don't have a Zeta. So he still gets the brute, he just won't start with it. But I feel like we can kill him before he even takes a turn, so probably not a threat there. Old Republic here. We've been able to kill that with Dooku, right? We've been able to Watt Dooku this before, I think. So maybe we just Watt and Dooku. How tough is this Zalbar? It's got speed mods on. Speed and crit on Zalbar. That seems odd to me. Don't we usually build him tanky? I feel like. But okay, so he's an offensive Zalbar. Phoenix down here. So this isn't too much of a problem. Let's see what the cheapest teams are that we can use to see the back wall. We'll take in Dooku Watt. With the Watt buff, we can clear the damage over times before they do much to us. And then we can just use Dooku's counterattacks to kill him off. I saw somebody recently did something similar to this, except they were using the box on Dooku instead of the tank tech. Seems odd to me. And actually, now that I think about it, I was watching a stream of the CG versus streamers GAC, and somebody was using that in that way too. I think with Sith Eternal, they were using the med pack instead of the tank tech. So maybe I'll have to experiment a little more with the tank tech and see if that's a legit strat. But I love the tank tech because it removes debuffs at the start of your turn. I feel like we need to just auto basic because that turn that I take where I get into stealth is costing me a turn, you know. I don't know that I'm getting any benefit out of that. All right. Through that. Trick or treat, smell my feet, says Zerotol. Is your daughter going as something Star Wars related, and will you be dressing up as a Sith? No. I'll be dressing up as a Grim Reaper. And Yeah, my daughter is like a very good girl. Like, and I'm not just saying she's a good kid, like, oh, she's a good kid. She's like a really good person. Like, sincerely, one of the kids in her class did poorly on a test, and she's like feeling bad for the other kid. She's really a sweet kid. But for Halloween, she's like, I want to be something scary. So we went through a bunch of ideas, and she settled on this idea of being a fallen angel. So she's got a costume that's all like black and gold and, tattered feathers. And they're going to do makeup where, like goth makeup on her face with like blood tears coming out of her eyes. And she's going to try to be real scary for Halloween. So, hey, if you're going to be a good kid 364 days a year, maybe Halloween is just her chance to to do something a little different. And so, yeah, no, it's fun. So I decided I was going to be a Grim Reaper. So we'll have a Grim Reaper behind our little fallen angel. I don't know. Maybe we take Mon Mothma in here. These Phoenix aren't that good. I really want to solo them with something. But they can be surprisingly... They get a lot of health and protection back. So I don't know if I... The problem is banners. I'm just going to take in the Mon Mothma team because that way, even if they get a couple turns, I feel like I'll still be able to heal it up and get good banners. Grab some stun guns in the trick-or-treat run. You should ask for relic gear pieces rather than candy. Trick-or-treat, give me relics. People will be like, what? What you talking about? Relic me, bro. That's funny. Yeah, you know what? Just put this on auto. Target Hera. You can get Mark 5 stun guns, Mark 3 stun cuffs, Mark 8 bio, Mark 5 droid cart in the gear challenges now. Yep. I just use OG Kylo to solo those teams now. It's super smooth. Yeah, yeah, it is. Dress up as Farm Your Mods grandma. Yeah, she's got a pretty cool scythe in the picture, doesn't she? Right, Farm Your Mods on a scythe. I don't know if I'm actually going to carry a weapon. I'll just dress up as the Reaper. And my daughter always has this like, hold my stuff syndrome. Like she wants to run around and do stuff. So there'll be some point where she just hands me the candy bag and I got to figure it out anyway. So I don't want to be carting too much stuff around. But I think it's more about trying to scare some kids. So we'll try to get into a popular area for trick-or-treating and see if we can scare some kids. All right, this is not going well. We're actually getting a whole lot of recovery over here on Kanan Jarrus. So let's get Zeb out of here first. Get rid of him. And then see if we can somehow curb the life gain. When we get the defense penetration from the special ability on the extra character, we'll see if that's enough to put us over the top. But their life gain is actually messing us up. So now we've got that defense penetration. We're doing a lot more damage. At least for a couple rounds. See if we can get off some bigger hits here. There we go. We got it. Revan MTY says, I hate Phoenix. Yeah, they're pretty irrelevant, but for their... If you fight them at equal power level, it's not a good thing. Okay, so he committed to a full SLKR, a full crew team back here with unmasked, masked, Kylo, and Hux. That is not a good team for our troopers to fight. It's also not a fantastic team for Vader to fight. So what do we have? We have Padme is pretty much all we have after that. So we can try Padme, we can try Vader. That's pretty much our options. We've got the potency on Anakin. We can hit him with a basic, put the healing immunity on them, and try to tear them apart while we've got the healing immunity on them. And hope that we've got enough life gain to get through the rest of it. Maybe put Ahsoka in instead of Kenobi. Now that doesn't make sense. We'll probably put in Kenobi. Yeah, I think the Padme team is our best chance on that. Okay, so maybe Padme here, Vader if we don't get it. And then we could just trooper this to get him out of there. That's no problem. Kill that with something. So let's go look at the front then and figure out. Yeah, maybe we need Vader right here. Yeah, we got to use something good here. I think we've beaten this team with Vader before. We've got Jedi. We could bring in Jedi and try to kill this with Yoda. So we'll have to kill Kenobi first. Because we don't have JKR, we've only got Bastila Jedi. But I think if we kill him right away, that'll trigger Anakin. We can take that hit with the defense that we get from Bastila. Let's just take a look at that. Let's see what that looks like. If we have a reasonable chance of pulling that off. It's only 50,000. If you apply shock, they can't heal. EP Vader and Thrawn against Padme. EP Vader and Thrawn feels like way overkill, though. Super overkill. I mean, that'll definitely kill it, but that's using that's using a lot of stuff. If I can beat the team on the back wall, I don't really have another reason to have Vader, though. So let's just go in against this, and let's do the Padme team and see what it gets us, right? Just see if that gets us the win, and then the rest of it becomes pretty easy. Against crew? Oh, you want me to use the Vader against crew, I see. I think this is the best chance because I think we'll be able to get Hux out pretty quickly. Let's see. What do we want to do here? Let's just do the basic for now. Okay, now let's clear buffs and get retribution going on. Okay, get Hux out of here. Oh, Hux is not out of here. I thought that was going to be enough. Alright, we'll heal now. Keep the debuffs off to make it harder for him to get taunt back up. Smash. This Hux is just not going to die. It's crazy. It's crazy, this Hux. Okay, let's get in on there. He's the threat with the area effect stuff, so let's get rid of him. And we should be able to take our time a little bit with this. Should be able to get healed back up. Put the retribution up. Smash for extra attack power. Got the healing debuff on him. See, this I think is just a massively underestimated part of Anakin's kit. You know, I talk about putting potency on his cross. And, you know, you guys can see here, once we get that healing immunity on him, we pretty much wreck his ability to keep healing up and stay alive forever. All right, so that makes that simple. Then we don't mind to take Vader in against this Padme. Ain't no party like an overkill party. Just remember to basic on crew. Easy peasy. All right, let's do this. And Merciless Massacre. And kill Kenobi right away. Okay. Let's hit Anakin. Then we're going to basic on Padme and then cull her. Probably should have done that differently. Probably should have waited on killing Padme until I could try to get some banners back with Thrawn. All right, I think bounty hunters here seems like a good idea. And yeah, we'll put in grief. We'll leave grief in there. Good grief. And then we just got to try to take out this Brood Alpha as soon as we can. I'm not even going to taunt. I'm just going to get in there on him. Okay. Well, now they're going to get the Brute. Okay. I don't think we can kill him. Nope, he got him. That's inconvenient. Don't tell me we're going to drop this battle and have to bring in troopers over here. Oh, man. Grief. Grief is taking it. Geos, man. Come on, Geos. Ugh. Why are they so good? I honestly thought we'd have enough to kill that Brood Alpha right away. All right. Oh man. All right, so let's take assessment of our teams. We've got this team yet to kill. We've got troopers that can kill them. Do I have another trooper in here, or did I put him on defense? I have another trooper. Okay. So I think what we might do, let's do Veers, Stark, and Stormtrooper. Against the Geos, we should be able to get a mass assist. We can get an area effect off of him. He can tank for a second. So this should be enough to kill Geos. And then we can save Piet for that team on the back wall. Him, Tarkin, another character that we'll figure out here in a minute. And try to take out those other First Order. I don't think my Jedi are good enough to take out the First Order. But we could probably wear them down, right? Maybe it's best to just go in here, be safe, kill the Geos. I feel like this is such overkill, though. Good gravy. We can't drop this battle against them, though. If we drop this battle, then it's just over. All right. We're just going to do it. We're just going to get in there and absolutely destroy the Geos. Always try to hit the contract first. Double Zeta Bosk is so much better. Don't underestimate the Phasma team. It can be mean with First Order Executioner. Would it be better to clear out the back wall for banners? No. We got to get to Fleet. We got to get to Fleet. We have to be able to beat up his fleet. Absolutely. Can't take any chances with that. This is just sad. It's sad that I have to do this to beat Geos. Pathetic. I got to get my Treya going. I've got Treya ready to go. We just have to mess around with Treya and try to figure out how to get I think maybe Treya plus Kylo Ren unmasked can already be a team to beat Geos. So Kylo just keeps his taunt up and keeps counterattacking every time they attack him, and as long as he's got, maybe gear 12 is good enough, maybe gear 13 is good enough. But then she can do the damage. They can kill themselves on Kylo. And he's real hard to kill for multi-attack teams. Bindo or... Bindo's just not tough enough yet, though. He's weak sauce. We need to get some gear tiers on him. I feel like Ahsoka's going to be a better bet here. But if they kill Yoda, then I'm in trouble. Bring back Yoda or Ahsoka. Let's look at his total health just for a second. About 30,000. I don't think Ahsoka's more than that, right? She's pretty weak, right? Oh, she's got a lot of protection, though, at that gear level. So she's 27, what's that, 30, 43? Django can bypass taunt. Yeah, once we couldn't kill that Brood Alpha right away, then it's the whole thing becomes irrelevant, because even if we ignore taunt, they still equalize life, and there's no opportunity for me to kill somebody because Geos don't. You can't kill a Geo unless you can actually kill it in one shot. All right, I think this is the way we'll go, and then maybe we can make another Jedi team under Ahsoka if this doesn't work out. I feel like we might get 1 or 2 kills and then die. So as long as we can get like a kill in here, I'll be happy. We don't want to spread buffs right away, though, because in this particular instance, I do want to hit and wait for Bastila's buffs before I spread buffs. Okay, now we'll get everybody with buffs. Steal their buffs. Bastila should be able to stun the stuff off of here get us to Phasma. Okay. Now we got to get this Executioner out of here before he goes crazy. We'll take that heal over time. He's got the taunt up again already. Seemed fast. All right. Send Yoda over. Red Rover, send Yoda right over. How does this make you, First Order SLKR, the people who are working on that right now? How does it make you feel that we're beating up Relic level First Order with these weenie little Jedi? It feels wrong. It does not feel like this team should be able to kill Relic level characters. Get health back so that we get banners back. And then that's it. Okay. All right, we got through that. Now we just need to scrounge up one more team to take on these resistance. We've got a Jedi team. We can make a Scoundrel team. What do we have for Scoundrels? We could do Han. Yeah, no. Let's do this, this, and this. Eeks. We're going to try to get full banners. See if we can get full banners with this team. All right, let's get Stick Ray out of here first. She's low gear, but we don't want her doing anything. Let's do that. Hit her again. Hit everybody. All right, stun him. We'll do that. Heal everybody up. Get him burning. Stun him. I've decided that he's my target. Let's just take him out. Okay. Now we got to figure out protection recovery, health recovery strategies. I think we got to use the protection recovery on IG next time it comes up. Okay. Do that. That. Hey, quit taking prepared off of my Wookiee. My Wookiee needs to be prepared. Nobody likes an unprepared Wookiee. Over here. Okay, this should be it. Deflected. Okay, we got it. 54 banners. Good, good, good. Boba is a scoundrel and has a lead. We're just going for banners. We're just trying to make sure that we can recover all of our health and protection. Who needs leadership? Leadership is overrated. Okay, so we've got the Anakin ship in with Gear 12, in with the couple rebel ships. Doesn't feel hard. The game. I'm talking about the game. Don't misinterpret me. Should we malevolence this? Or Tarkin? Probably malevolence. Give him some extra ships to fight against. We'll put in our standard 2 reinforcements. And we'll get in there. Nobody likes a wet Wookiee also. Oh, that sounds like it might smell bad. Revan says I'm crying because I just relicked Fox. Weenie Jedi might be able to beat a C-Rex team. Yeah, no, that's true too. I hear what you're saying. The C-Rex team isn't isn't exactly going to stand up either. All right. See if we can get Anakin out of here. That works. Let's get Sabine. Let's just get her out of here. Yeah, I was debating whether to mass assist over here, but we still needed to get Sabine out. All right, Biggs Darklighter can be stunned because he has a buff. We'll bring in Plo to get banners back. Once again, the ship that I want to mass assist I can't get to. All right, good enough. 61. Rock and roll. You know, I got to remember that. I think when you take in a capital ship where it doesn't have the 4th reinforcement slot unlocked, you don't get credit for that character because you couldn't have brought it in anyway. So that was a 65 banner win or 67 banner win, and we only get like 61 or 62, whatever the score was, because our capital ship doesn't have that last slot unlocked. I don't know if that makes a difference, but I think we could have gotten more banners just by taking in the Tarkin ship against that. All right, so that's the Grand Arena. Full clear. Stumbled on a Geo battle. Other than that, we did well. Got through it. Beat up some Relic characters with some non-Relic Jedi. That felt pretty good. Never underestimate the Geos. I don't know how many times I'm going to do that before I'll ever learn, but yeah, I underestimated some Geos yet again. I really did, though. I thought the bounty hunters with Boba's missile would just be able to kill that brute or brute alpha quickly, and I was wrong. Not even close. Yeah, really, because I thought mass assist, we got enough damage, we'll just do a mass assist, stun him, follow it up with a missile, cash it in, done with it. Hey, Loquitur, how are you today? Have you unlocked C? Nope, Fernand, I failed. I failed to unlock C. We got that last event, Luke went crazy on us and killed our Palpatine and made me drop 60 tokens. So nope, we didn't get him today. We failed to unlock the C. We'll get him tomorrow, though. We will get him tomorrow. Okay, so back to the home screen. You mentioned in Territory War to put your phone on airplane mode in case we lose, to not preload turn meter. If we abandon the match, do we still need to use airplane mode? So the problem against higher level teams, especially let's say a Grievous team or certain Galactic Legend teams, Padme team can do it, Darth Revan teams can do it. They get away from you very suddenly. Like, you're working along on troopers, and you're like, well, you know, if I miss this, Darth Revan's going to get a turn. And if you're in regular mode, you can't quit until it is your turn. Now, let's say Darth Revan gets away from you and just comes over and mauls your team and gets fear on everybody, and Bastila goes, and now all of a sudden you're like, holy crap, I'm going to lose. And then Malak goes and kills a character, and Revan goes again and kills more characters, and you're just dead. You never get to take another turn. And now there's a Darth Revan on the other side of the field with turn meter. And believe me, if you don't want to face Darth Revan, you definitely don't want to face a Darth Revan team that's already wound up on turn meter. It's just awful, right? Then you're throwing a Galactic Legend at it just to clean it up. So that's what happens, Ilya. That's why you use phone mode, because then you go, well, you know, Revan's going to get a turn. Let's see how it turns out. And if it turns out badly, then you just quit the game, take it off airplane mode, restart the game, and it's like it never happened. It doesn't close out the battle one way or another. It doesn't cost you anything. It just shows one attempt that didn't work, and that's it. And the team is reset, and it doesn't have turn meter. So that's why you use airplane mode, because just there's so many times that somebody will think, oh, I got this, it's no problem. And the enemy team just wipes them. They never get another turn. And you can't hit the X fast enough. I mean, there's times when it goes and the difference between winning and losing, you don't get it closed out in time. And if you don't close the game in time, then you're stuck. So airplane mode is safe. It's just super safe. You just play your battle. When you're successful, you go out, you take it out of airplane mode, you hit retry, it records your results, and you don't even run the risk that you're going to blow up things and wind up turn meter. So it's a courtesy thing. You know, are you courteous enough to do that? For example, if I'm fighting against a Revan team and I still have my SLKR and my C and I didn't have to place them on defense, you know, I've got other good teams. I might not play in airplane mode because I know worst case, if I mess it up, I'll just go in and clean up my own mess. Like, it's not a big deal. But yeah, no, be courteous. Just don't leave those wound up teams for your rest of your guild to have to fight. A DR or CLS team on turn meter is very nasty to handle. Yeah, CLS is another good example. So if you leave even 3 or 4 characters out of a CLS team with turn meter to start the battle, you're right. That's and if it's the whole team, I've seen that before where they don't even kill a character. It's the whole team. Yeah. All right. So what else we got to do here? Got myself another Inquisitor. I got myself and another Inquisitor into a 190 million GP guild, doing both GOTBs, 5 and 12 stars for light side, dark side, with Pit and Sim Tank running C-Pit. And running C-Pit. Nice. Nice. And you're under 500k GP. That's great. That's a great punchline to the story. I got into this good guild. It's 190 million galactic power. They're doing some good stuff. And oh, by the way, I'm halfway to 1 million. That's great. That's fantastic. Got to go put the kid to bed. All right. See you later, Fellhammer. All right. So maybe we have time for a quick account review here. Take a look at somebody else's stuff for a second. Let's see if we can get into the account review stuff. Review list. Get that opened up. Okay, and then we've got Chief Mike. Let's see. All right, says his name is Grogu. Looks like he's active. Number 7 in Fleet. 79 in Arena. So, looks like some activity. What's the best Padme counter? I got destroyed in my GAC by a great Padme, Anakin, Ahsoka team. Padme, if you've got a good nest and they've got a Padme team and their Anakin doesn't have potency, which often people don't put any potency on Anakin, Nest is my favorite go-to for let's say a poorly built Padme team. Jedi Knight Revan can do the trick if you've got that. Vader can do it if you can manage the characters in the right way. You need to get the fracture on the right character, and you need to be careful not to get Kenobi going crazy on you. And once they get their protection up debuffs, you can't debuff them with Vader anymore. So if you can get a good clean start and either get Padme or Anakin out of there, you can beat them with a Vader team. But otherwise, once they get the protection gimmick going, they kind of shut you out on that because you can't get debuffs on them. Malak can solo a Padme team pretty much in any form. So those are some options for you. I mean, obviously, you won't have Malak unless you've actually done a Gladiator build and built Malak right away. But he's a very easy and effective way to kill the Padme team. Jedi Knight Revan is good. I like the mirror match. I always feel like I've got a really good chance when it's Padme versus Padme that I can control the reactions from their Anakin and have a good chance of winning. So how's it going, DL? Do you still think C is a good first GL after the nerfs? Arnold has been less impressed with him as of late. So have I, honestly. I still think that he's a good Galactic Legend to go for in the sense that the teams that you build along the way are good and fun. But for him as a character, like previously in Arena, you put C in, you climb. Overnight, you get knocked back down. The next day, you just come back in and beat everybody up. And that's not the case anymore. C loses to pretty much everything. He loses to Vader. He loses to Kenobi. He loses to SLKR. So anymore, after the changes, I'm not impressed with C either. He can kill stuff, but I would say, got to think about this for a second. But I would say he's out of the 6 Galactic Legends that are available, he is number 6, and he's probably number 6 by a pretty good margin. And SLKR might be 4th or 5th now, because Rey got better actually. So in terms of PvP, Rey is better than SLKR right now. So SLKR is probably 5th. Vader with the right team is probably 1st right now. Or Kenobi. I don't know. I haven't seen enough Kenobi versus Vader to know, but they're definitely the top 2. JML's, I feel he's pretty securely the 3rd. Rey is probably 4th, SLKR 5th, and C is last. Yeah, so it's definitely less attractive than it was previously, and I gotta say I'm quite disappointed that C really doesn't have a route in on Kenobi. If the opponent has Kenobi with Cat, I just haven't found a way to beat that team with Sith Eternal, and he is the Jedi killer, right? He is supposed to be the thing which just destroys Jedi, and that was true, and now it's just not. I mean, he goes in against the Kenobi team and just gets shredded. They put the healing immunity on him and ignore taunt and just kill him while half of his team's still alive. It's goofy. But yeah, I don't think there's... Let's say if you're going to do a Galactic Legend rush, if you're going to quickly go for a Galactic Legend, C and SLKR are the ones that you can do. But right now, I say, if I probably wouldn't do C. I probably wouldn't. I'm kind of hemming and hawing here and thinking about it, but right now you're probably, I mean, a Bad Batch build into gas, into Lord Vader would take you a long time, but let's say that takes you 18 months and C only takes you 12. Well, it takes you 6 months longer to get to Lord Vader, but he's always going to be a better character than C. So that's the dilemma right now. C is, I got to tell you, C has been a fun build. Getting up to there on the Loquitur account, it's been fun. It's been rewarding. The account's played well. But C is definitely a lackluster character now. I'm over answering the question, but I'm just kind of thinking about it, and I don't want to discourage anybody, because if they're in the middle of a C journey and they're like, oh, I'm in the middle of the journey and now I'm building a bad character, I still think finish him out. You know, I don't think it's a throwaway character, but probably not what you want to go for anymore. I feel like we've seen Grogu on stream before. Maybe we have. Maybe my last round of marking off didn't stick. Well, Joey the Beast is toward the top. Yeah, I do feel like we've seen this account. You're right. I think we've gone through this before. He's got the Negotiator with a Galactic Republic fleet going well. Got the Geos behind it. This was one of the accounts where it was like, you know, nothing to say here, because it's he's like building a senator path and everything's going according to plan, and there's kind of like nothing to say. Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like we've looked at this account already. And if we haven't, then I mean, that's the quick synopsis. Looks like a build going toward gas. It looks like it's being well done. The fleet is solid. Mods are good. Good enough. All right, so Grogu, if we didn't do your account already, is not your father. If we haven't done your account already, just message me over in Discord and let me know if there's any specific questions or if there's any more help that you need. So this account comes up under Joey the Beast. Joey, are you in the channel? Is that you? Is that you, man? Let me know if that's you, because that's what comes up when I put in the account number that you gave me. I haven't seen anything from Joey in a while. Joey, you here, man? It's me, Joey the Goat. The greatest of all time. All right, where are you at, man? 1.2 million galactic power. MasterWorenquo. Kyber Contenda. Part of the guild of episode 8. Interesting. Episode 8. Some people wouldn't join the guild just for that alone. Worenquo. All right. That's a cool name. I like that. Worenquo. Never seen a name like that before. I like unique things. Excellent. So almost 500 in ships, 750 in characters. That's pretty good. 5 to 750 is pretty good. Number 8 in fleet with a Malevolence fleet. Oh, look at that. That is a pretty thing. That is beautiful. That's a beautiful sight to behold. 56 with a Padme team. That's pretty good. Wow. Top 100 easily. 56 probably gets top 50 with that. Nice. That's good stuff. It's a running joke. We all agree. Episode 8 is indeed the worst of the movies. Nice. It's not sarcasm, faceticism, or whatever it's called. Nice. Oh, we got Plo. We got Plo built up as a reinforcement. Got a little Rebel Y-Wing down here. And then it's just the Malevolence. So for second fleet, we've got already Anakin's ship, Houndstooth, and Ahsoka. And Plo as a reinforcement. So we've got the Malevolence fleet. We've already got a second fleet that's pretty good. Look at this, guys. Do you put the Malevolence on defense in Grand Arena just because this team is good enough to beat most people? I imagine that's what you do, right? Just put the Malevolence down on defense and, and take this on offense and just laugh at your opponents? That's mean, man. If that's not what you're doing, it's certainly something you could do. When was the account started? Joey says January 18th. So this is about 10 months old then. This is good. This is solid GP for 10 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 relic characters. Another one on the way. Six relics. Did I say 5? 6 relics. Got that Kylo coming up as a relic for solos. That's beautiful. All right, so what's the main thing that we're doing here? Is this 2 Revens into SLKR? Is that going to be the goal? Or C, or what are we doing here? So help me out, Joey. What's the overall goal for the account? What's your big project? Because you'd asked about some stuff with Jangos and bounty hunters, and that was a long time ago. So what are you on now? What are you working on? I've been hoarding for a couple months. Got 600 stun guns, stun cuffs, lots of carbs. Oh, you've been hoarding. Okay. So what's your plan? What is it that you're going in on? Are you going to go for Malik? Or are you going to do 2 Revens into Malik? And then springboard from there? Or do you have a different plan? What is it that you're planning to do? I wanted to get Darth Revan, but I blew all my get one on Hoda. So I'm going to go for SLKR. That's fine, though. You got a Padme team. You got a Jedi Knight Revan team. Vader's in here. So you've got plenty of stability in the account. You got the Geos. And then just go for SLKR. So let me ask you, why is it that you're hoarding? Because you've already gone... What's the next threshold on GAC? Oh, yikes. So the threshold on the next GAC, just let me refresh my memory here. Yeah, you could go all the way up to 1.6 in Division 10. So I feel like you don't need to hoard right now. I mean, if you were at the top of your division and didn't want to go into the next division, I could see hoarding. But help me out. What's the purpose of hoarding so much gear without going ahead and pushing these characters forward? Curiosity's killing me. I think I'm going to wrap around after SLKR to get the other Revan. I'm super competitive in GAC, which is why I'm hoarding. 130 out of 150 on Finalizer. Been buying it with leftover crystals. That's cool. That's awesome. So you'll get that pretty soon and be in good shape without having to have built all that fleet bloat. That's fantastic. Yeah, I just, the only thing that I would disagree with is the hoarding. Because you could definitely push Sith Trooper, the First Order Stormtrooper. There's a bunch of these characters that are good characters out of the build that you could push all the way to Relic 0. And just park them at Relic 0 or Relic 1, and you would still be in Division 10 in Grand Arena. It wouldn't push you up into the next division, and it wouldn't change your matchups that much based on what you got in here. Where's your Grievous? All right, so when he gets to 7 stars, you'll have a Grievous team then as well. So, no, I mean, this is a terrifying team. If I saw this in Grand Arena at 1.2 million, I'd be like, oh, man, come on. This is really good. This is really good. You could build Newt, too. There's a lot of characters that are worth their galactic power to build. 100%, for sure. Sith Trooper's one of them. I mean, you guys saw on my account, I took him up. He was one of my first characters that I built. I believe at some point he was the highest gear in my account. Kylo Unmasked. Getting Bosk to gear 12. Okay, let's take a quick look at mods. See what Joey, the greatest of all time, has got going on for mods. 309 for Padme. Fast Padme. 77 health. That's solid. Relic 5. Ready for Rancors. 307 on Revan. That's good. That's real solid. Offense, 22 speed. 27 speed. Nice. 23 speed. 25. Wow. A lot of maxed out mods in this guy. That's a really good mod too. Look at that. Protection, health, crit chance, and defense. Those are some fat stats. Well done. Grandmaster Yoda. Decent health, 292. 5,600 offense. That's pretty good for Yoda. That's real good for Yoda. Nice. Crit damage. So good job with the mods so far. Not really much to comment on. There's an opportunity for you with your Brood Alpha. I don't know if you've got tenacity on here with 23 speed. Phew. Now putting some tenacity on the Brood Alpha is nice because he gets this 60 free tenacity. So if you can build up his tenacity a little bit, it's good. So you've just put these couple mods on him because they're fantastic speed to get his speed up. That's Acklay speeds already. You got to be up around 290 to do the Acklay mission in the territory wars or territory battles. So are you able to do Acklay already with your Geos? Are your Geos good enough for the Acklay mission then? I feel like they might be. Here we've got 275 speed. That's also a fast Anakin. Potency, that's good. Making me proud. 15 speed here, 20. 17 speed. That's a max mod. Look at that thing. Offense, potency, offense. Copy, paste, drag, drop. Please? That didn't work. Didn't work. I couldn't get it. Great mods, Joey. You've done your homework on mods. It's good stuff. At this point, I'm not looking to see what you need help on. I'm just looking to see how good they are. Crit damage with 18 speed on Vader. 15 speed there. So what I like is that you've got mods. You've obviously committed to 6 dots. You've sliced your 6 dots. Your whole mod inventory is being worked on in a way where you're developing the inventory, you're developing the slicing, you're developing your 6 dots. Great. New go-to guy for advice. It's just matchup GP. First Order is a good team, but not a premium team. I could push some First Order characters up right now. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Just like the Lobster Trooper is fantastic. Kylo Ren Unmasked, of course, is really good. I'm a fan of the First Order Stormtrooper to put as a tank in a team. And again, you don't necessarily have to build a First Order team out of it. You can also use it to make a Sith team like I do with the Kylo Ren Unmasked being a tank with the Sith Trooper in there. And then you put other Sith with it. And just remember that you can solo things. It's low banners, okay? You're going to give up banners if you do it. But if you have a monster Sith Trooper, you can go in and play stuff like this. And just clear out the squad. And let's go with Sith. And see what we've got for a demo here. So let's say we put in a leader. I don't know, let's just put in Dooku, for example, and him as good characters. And then, you know, just some trash, right? So what'll happen, as the other Sith die, it'll keep triggering the Sith Trooper over and over again. So that dies and you do a big area effect attack. He dies, we do a big area effect attack. And if you do something like that in Grand Arena, you can do it where don't kill my red trooper. And he gets bonus damage for every time they die. And kill everything. And this event is pretty funny because everybody gets resurrected and his damage scales off of everybody that's ever died. So he'll be able to eventually kill everything in one hit. But that's it. You just put the Zeta on him and let a bunch of weak Sith trigger your stuff. And because everybody else is dying, like I said, it'll be a low banner win. But, yeah. We'll hide him out for a second. Let everybody else die until we get the res timer off. I actually want to finish it now. I think that resets his damage, though. Yeah, we'll bail out of here. But you get the idea. So, I mean, in Grand Arena, that's what you do. You put in 4 weak characters with the Sith Trooper, and as they die, he just keeps doing area effects over and over again. You kill Geos, you kill, I don't know, even Grievous teams. If it's a weaker Grievous team, you can just use that over and over again to kill all the droids, and then you can come in later and clean up like the B1 and the Grievous with something else. So those kinds of things are worth looking into and building up the gear on those guys and making them useful. It's GP that won't hurt you in Grand Arena, right? I've got some messages from my opponent saying they've tried Vader solo, get blown away. Nice. Joey says, what an honor being complimented on my mods by the mod master himself. Yeah, no, I mean, so I can see the effort. I can see that you're working on your mods in the right way, and that's what I like. I love when people, it's the game within the game, guys. Like Star Wars Galaxy of Hero is the game, and mods are like the little gambling mini game that's within our game, and how you do it that determines so much about how well you play. So no, but I like your account, man. You're controlling your galactic power. The fleet is tight. I gotta say, you've built really like a very minimalist fleet. You've got 2 effective fleets, and like I said, if people click in this account in Grand Arena, just got to look at it and shake their head and be scared. At least they should. Go Inquisitor. Good job, man. Well, if there's any other questions you have, just drop them in here, and we'll get them answered. At Relic 5, make sure your Grandmaster Yoda has around 10 to 10.5 special damage. It says Dom P. Let's take a look at that. You want 10.5 on special damage. Special offense is 94.45. I feel like that's pretty good. Is there a reason you say 10 to 10.5? I'm just curious if there's a logic behind that. If you 6-dotted this mod, this has got flat offense. That's pretty good. Crit damage, crit chance. Offense mod set. Yeah, so I mean you could get a little more offense out of here and you'd be pretty much at 10K then, right? On special. Well, no, you'd be at about 9,600. I'm curious about the 10K benchmark. If that's just kind of a rule of thumb. You'd need pretty fantastic mods to get there, but it's certainly possible. Whew. That sneezed, though. It'd be a good number to aim for. Okay. So just, yeah, I think that would, 10,000 special damage would represent a, let's say, an excellent mod set. It would be a really good mod set, for sure. What's the best use for Sessa crystals? For excess crystals. The best use for crystals is just energy refreshes. I mean, I rarely do anything with my crystals except just refresh energy. Refresh Cantina energy. Early game, if you're under 1,000,000 galactic power, Cantina refreshes are so important. It gets you character shards faster. It gets you relic materials if you're far enough to work on that. If you're not far enough along to work on relic materials and you say, well, I'm not really building any Cantina characters and I don't want to do the Cantina refreshes, you get so much of this ability material from Cantina. Early game, that's important. So let's say you didn't even have a Cantina farm. I would go to this 3F node and I would still burn the crystal refreshes here and get extra of Kylo and his ship and throw them into the shard shop and just use the Cantina energy to feed the shard shop for more gear to get the snowball rolling. Early game Cantina refreshes are critical. So if you have extra crystals, just this. The first 3 refreshes on each energy type each day. That's what you want. Uh-oh. What's this? I didn't do all my refreshes on my ship energy. What? Look at that. Just messing around. I still got energy to spend. Let's get that out of here. Get that out of here. Get that spent and refreshed. But that's it. If that's the question, that's a good use of excess crystals. We didn't do any of the 50s. Slacking. Alright, there we go. Also, if you go to the shops and you find a piece of gear that has a cost of 15 crystals per shard, those are a pretty good deal. So, this bio, Mark 8 bio implants, is 15 per piece. So that's a good deal. Mark 3 Scener hollow projectors are 15. Med packs, the Mark 5 med packs, I think, are 15. So basically, if you go in the shop and something calculates out to 15 crystals per shard, it's a pretty good deal. Those you can buy and feel pretty good about yourself. All right. Is the crit damage on the triangle for me? Revan gives a bunch of CC, so I figured cooldown, crit damage was better than offense. Fair enough. I'm facing C in my GAC. I only have JML as a galactic legend. Can JML beat C? It depends on what is with C. The answer is yes, but his link is going to be real hard for you because he is going to link up characters, and you just got to be able to kill him before the link is relevant. So, like if he has a Wat Tambor, you got to kill him before Wat can put the tank tech on C. If he has armor with him, you got to get armor out of there before the armor can get her stacks on him. So with JML, you can definitely do it, but you got to keep the healing immunity on him at the right time, and you can't let him get buffs from other stuff. Treya coming in with the lightsaber. reminder. Darth Treyas spoken likes deployed. All right, well, let's take a look at this Grand Arena on the main account then. See what we got going on over here. Darth Treyas here. Quick, hide the cookies. That's funny. All right, what feats do we got going on here? We got to kill things with Mon Mothma. We could probably do that. Clear territories, we'll do that. Squad arena battles. First attempt, we can do that. I just got to remember to come out here and close out that quest after 2, because I think there might be another quest after this. So we'll check that when we get it. Gain taunt 20 times. We've done that 0 times in our first... we gained taunt 0 times at our last Grand Arena match. Wow. Interesting. Okay, so the taunts we'll just get. That whatever we get, we'll get. The Mon Mothma we got to do. All right, so the last Grand Arena, we saw the Galactic Legend wall, and that turned out to be a loss for us. So fleets, we did scare him off on fleets, I guess, but by then he'd already wanted and didn't care. So yeah, he cleared our stuff, and we got hung up on his Galactic Legend wall. So good job just getting Galactic Legends before me. So now we're up against Loss 75, or Loss S75, UWOL Mortis, 65 in Arena, 18 in Fleets. We don't see an Executor fleet here, so that's good for us. 2.3 in ships, 3.4 in characters for 5.7 overall. Pretty normal. If we look at the ships, we see the same kind of things we usually see. He's got an Empire fleet here for the for the Emperor and all that stuff. Of course, he's got the Sith Eternal and Jedi Master Luke, so he's done those journeys and he has those characters. He's got the Galactic Republic fleet with a Relic Rex, Umbran Starfighter, Ahsoka, all that stuff. Then through the middle, normal stuff that we'd expect to see. He has made a commitment to the Gauntlet Starfighter and put some levels on those characters, so his Empire fleet is going to be pretty dangerous. Geos are in here. Razor Crest is at 6 stars, so he's probably going for that Executor, but doesn't have it yet. So plenty of ships, but we do have the Executor advantage on him. In terms of characters, he's got 2 Galactic Legends, and from there it's mostly the formula account. Jedi Master Luke, Skywalker, Jedi Knight Luke down here, Jedi Training Rey, Grievous, got a Malak in here, of course, CLS team, Geos, Bosk, all the usual stuff, the Relic level Grievous team, Dark Trooper at Relic 3, Nest at Relic 3, so those aren't things that you always see, but obviously he's made a little better commitment to his troopers and cares about his nest, so we don't like seeing that because it makes you feel like the opponent knows what he's doing. Bunch of Gear 12 stuff, so the middle of his account is a lot thicker than mine, but yeah, overall I feel like it's a pretty even matchup, all things considered. I am going to keep my Galactic Legends on offense though, because it's hard to justify putting him on defense. So it looks like he's already played. Let's take a look. 1 battle against everything here, nothing dropped. Okay, Fin Po got a hold. So we fought 2 battles there. Then he cleared the back wall. He got hung up once on the bounty hunters. Okay, so we had a couple holds. Yeah, interesting the teams that got holds, and yet this like Padme Cat team just got wrecked. So maybe he used a Galactic Legend there. Who knows? Did he fight ships at all? No ship battles yet, so he's just to be determined, ... And see what happens. All right. JOEYDAGOAT asks how Nihilus is doing. Darth Trey is eating Halloween candy. Yeah. Yeah, she plays with the cat, and the cat gets a little bit crazy, so she's all her arms are so scratched up. The other day I'm like, man, you got in public, you got to cover up your arms. It looks like you've been in a fight or something. It's kind of funny. All right. Going to take a bunch of stuff to the recycling center. Have a great stream, DL. All right, see you later, Thundy. Good, responsible citizen recycling like that. Fin Poe for the win. Let's take a look at what he put on defense. I see a Galactic Legend in here with Yoda. JML with double Yodas. That should be okay for C, right? I mean, we just come in, we link up Yoda and the Galactic Legend, and then we just kind of ride that out. We've got Jedi Training Rey up here. As long as we go faster than them, we should be good. 229 on her. Let's see how fast this little robot's going. 239. He'll be a little faster than that, but we should be able to figure out something to beat this team. Shouldn't be too bad. We could do Nest down here. We got some options down here. So the hard one so far is JML. What do we got up top? Revan. Well, I would like to SLKR that. Let's see what's on the back wall. If we can save our SLKR for this, that would be good. We can use Rey here, our LSUFUR. Here we've got Mon Mothma. Maybe do the troopers on this team. I think we've had some success troopering Luke before with the Dark Trooper, because we can just do gobs of damage to him. So maybe we'll give that a shot with troopers. Okay. So let's break through to the back wall and see what we got. This one first. Take our Sith Eternal Emperor. We'll take Watt. And I'll throw in a tank because we need to be gaining taunts anyway, and it'll take a few hits from Yoda, stall things out, and give me enough time to get to my ult. Probably don't need the tank, but it's just a security blanket. Alright, so we'll put the box on Mr. Backpack, and then we'll link up with Yoda. It's pretty funny to imagine that Luke is deeply in love with Yoda, right? That's what the link is. It's that bond between two Jedi. Once in a lifetime kind of thing, or bond between two Force users. So there you go. Things that you didn't know and potentially didn't want to know about the relationship between Luke and Yoda. Well, let's give Watt some protection back, see if we can make him last. Nope. There he goes. Alright, well, we bought enough time. Alright, he's going into his ultimate form, and we're going into the I don't care form. Probably don't even need to really link these guys, but sure, why not? Drain some protection off of Hermit if we need to. Put some zappies on him. And then just put it on auto and finish it out. Then we'll figure out what we're going to do for that back wall. To get to the back wall. Maybe bounty hunters against Rey feels like an overkill, but safe. The Rolo team. We can always nest Mon Mothma, so I don't want to burn nest here. We're probably going to see Grievous. Traya could be used a bunch of different places. We do have to win a battle with Mon Mothma, though, right? Is this a good battle for Mon Mothma? Could be. Feels like it, because the damage isn't that high. I don't think we're going to be able to... I don't think we're at risk of losing a bunch of stuff. So let's try the Mon Mothma here and see what that gets us. Where is she? There she is. But I think instead of this version, we might kick it up to this version for damage. All right. The C versus JML battle. Benny Lau says 2 old men fighting. 2 old men battling. That's funny. All right, everybody's blind. We'll get in on this Captain Han Solo so that we can avoid resurrection shenanigans or revives. Get him out of here. Get everybody out of here. I love this little combo because the rest of the Rebel fighters don't assist on attacks out of turn, but Chupio does. So every time K2 has his retaliation attack, you get an assist from Chupio. So that's pretty nice. 54 banners. Credit for the Mon Mothma. That should be 2 battles won. Go complete some feats. Claim, claim, claim. Alright, so then nothing else to see here. Get back into our Grand Arena. I thought it might have generated another feat, but it didn't. So, what do I want to do here? Maybe just JTR versus JTR? Do the mirror match? We do have some bounty hunters that we could use her against elsewhere, though, so maybe not a good idea. I kind of just want to throw something in against... See, I hate teams like this because I don't want to use a good team and waste it, but I have to use a good enough team that I don't drop a battle. What do we got up top? Let's just go take a look at the top again real quick, because I feel like we had a bounty hunter team up here or something. Yeah, we got a bounty hunter team. Alright, I'm going to use Rey against Rey, and then we're going to use something else against the bounty hunter team. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have the battle of the Lucifers. Alright. And we'll probably lose our R2, but gotta practice. Gotta practice this matchup. Practice these resistance matchups. So we definitely go first. We can get the wiggle off. We'll just get Scavenger Rey out of here so we don't have to deal with her. And we're going to pop smoke on Rey. And we'll just allow it. Let's see if we can get a stun on BB-8. Okay. Dodged. Alright. And now we got to get the hand wave onto Rey if we can. Do this. Do this. Let's see. What do we want to do here? Let's pop smoke on BB-8 this time. And Now we'll hand wave her. Oh. None of the buffs stuck? That's... What am I missing? Does she have crazy tenacity or something? Immunity. Immunity. So I got affected by the hand wave, and she does not. Oh, maybe she's got a Zeta that I don't have. Maybe it's a Zeta, and I'm missing that Zeta. I guess. I feel like it must be something like that. Okay. You got her. Why do people keep using the wiggle every turn? Doesn't the buff stay, or does it need to be applied every turn? It's not about the buff so much as it is getting the cooldown on Illuminated Destiny. That gets you protection back, and it gets you potentially more banners from the recovery. It, supercharges your characters. So basically, the wiggle is all about giving turn meter to Rey, giving her more turns, while cycling up that Illuminated Destiny. It's not because of the intel. It's not that the intel buff is the only reason why you do the wiggle. Okay, so we've got Enfys Nest on the back wall here at relic level. Now, I was happy that he had a relic level Enfys Nest. That made me feel good. And then he puts the relic Enfys Nest on defense in that team, which makes me sad. But I do kind of feel like I just want to use Triumvirate back here and annihilate the nest, because I don't know. She can be nasty. And there's a lot of teams that can time out against her. We've got a Jedi team back here. We've got just things, stuff, junk. Nothing I'm worried about. What's our best use of nest? I think probably Mon Mothma then becomes the best use for our nest, right? So we can SLKR here, nest here, trooper here, figure out this team, maybe Vader, something like that. So let's just work our way through the important ones here. It's the Zeta? Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look into that Zeta, because that felt pretty strong in that battle with her being immune to the hand wave. It made the mirror match feel pretty good for her. Okay. Get rid of that. Ooh, he equalized. The double hit allowed an equalization first. Alright. That's out of the way. Then this. I got to slow down just a bit because I'm kind of rushing through all these. So against Luke, we need... Do we want this? Or do we actually want... Let's take a look at something here real quick. This may actually be a more attractive version of the team, right? Because we can potentially drain their turn meter to get even more of an advantage on them. Then Moff Gideon can cut their armor. Then Piet will link him up. Oh, we want the link before we do the mass assist, though. So we'll have to do armor first, link. No, that doesn't work. That gives Luke a turn. That gives Luke a turn, which we don't want to do. So if we do it this way, then he links him first. We just call the mass assist and just do a ton of damage and hope it's enough. Okay. All right. That's it. That's how we do it. What's your GP now? GP on my main account is right at 6 million. The GP on my alt account is 1.900. All right, here it is. Come on, get Luke out of here. Another big attack. Oh, a third attack. Okay, yeah. So he got called to assist from Piet, and also because of the buff. All right, let's do a big hit here on both of them. We'll do this assist. Keep the turn meter train rolling. And the Iron Fist comes through again. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And then here we're going to pick our Enfys Nest. Get in and go. Put it on auto. And just see if chat has any questions while Nest takes her 3 minutes of victory. Darth Robre says that team is so fun. What I love about the troopers is there's some nuances and there's some flexibilities. So they get worse in threes. They definitely are not as good of a team in threes as they are in fives. But you get a little bit of this mix and match where you can really pair yourself up well against a lot of different teams. So, yeah, they're definitely they're one of those teams that's very powerful. They're not like overpowered to the extent that they need to be fixed or something. They're just very powerful within the realm of what they do well. I would recommend that team to anybody, really. Like, anybody could build that team. We had the event the other day in Galactic Challenges, and people were sending me messages of the trooper teams that they used to get max banners. And, I mean, there were some pretty sketchy teams that had full red box. So, yeah, it's pretty terrifying what can be done. Triple tap. Yeah, the Dark Trooper did. He got off a triple tap. Well, 12 tap. I mean, technically it was a 12 tap, right? 4 hits per tap. Oof. All right. Vader here. We've burned Watt. We can use Thrawn. Kick the Bosk if we need to, just to keep him out of the way. We could also use Revan. We could use a lot of stuff here. We're just going to use Vader. If you use them in threes, what are the best 6 troopers so that you have 2 teams? I'll answer that in 2 different ways, because I think the 6 best troopers, of course, the 3 officers with Stark, Veers, and Piet. Gideon is a must-have, so that brings you to 4. And then you build Dark Trooper for PvP, and you build Range Trooper for PvE stuff. And that's your best 6 troopers. To try to make 2 specific 3v3 teams out of them, if you were to do that, you'd have to look to the Veers leadership and the Piet leadership separately, because those are the only 2 characters that have a lead. I mean, Moff Gideon has a lead, but his lead says you have to have 5 characters of these certain types, and you're not going to have 5 characters in 3v3, so it's just automatically, it's like it's a non-existent leadership ability. So you don't want to waste time looking at Gideon. So let's see, we're going to try to recover banners on the Emperor here. Not sure if we can get enough banners back before it's over. We'll do this. Merciless Massacre. Call him out. Yeah. So then you would divide them up and basically do like the one that I was looking at with Piet lead, Dark Trooper, Gideon, and then Veers, Stark, Range Trooper. and that would be your 2 teams. But those are the best 6. I would build those 6. You can also put Piet into an Empire team with like Vader and other things. So there could be a point where you say, okay, I'll use my Piet in a different team. I'll use my Gideon as a wild card somewhere, and I'll use the other 3 troopers, just 3 officers, Piet, Stark, Veers. I'm sorry, you take Piet out, you take Gideon out, and then you use the other 3 troopers, which would be like Veers, Stark, and Dark Trooper or Ranged or whoever you built. And that's fine too, because the troopers can also serve as Empire characters. All right, so we've got Galactic Republic and Rebel Fleet. The Finalizer fleet just does so well against these rebels that I don't think there's any way we should do something different. We'll do the Finalizer here. We'll do the Malevolence up here. Should be able to get through that. The back wall. Let's take stock of what teams we have left. We're just going to do this one because we know how that's going to shake out. We're not even going to think about it. Just going to shove in this Kylo Ren masked and rough up some old Republic characters. This is like, kids on a playground. It's recess time, and I want to play on the basketball court, you know. If anybody remembers that story. All right, just start whacking on Zelbar. That started and finished in quite a hurry. Okay, now mission 56 banners. Yeah, nice. Those are the 6 troopers I've got. Still farming dark, says Benny Lau. Nice. Technically, it was a 9 tap because when he went for the last hit, he only got 1 damage instant, so he got 8 plus 1. It's a 9 tap. Yeah, that's funny. Is there a way to mod an Old Republic team to stop Kylo solo? I have seen people put Enfys Nest into the team as a 5th character, like in 5v5. Or I've seen some people try Dooku or Droideka to put a character in there that might have enough damage to one-shot the Kylo. Or with Dooku, if you can keep him stunned, and let's say every time you go to take a turn, you're stunned by Dooku, then in theory you just win that. So if you try to solo the team, Dooku keeps whoever it is stunned. So there are ways that you could spice it up, throw the 5th character in there to be somebody that messes up the solo. And I've seen it done. It's definitely doable, and it would make me do something different. Of course, that's where I would enjoy taking my Mon Mothma team, because of course Mon Mothma's pretty good at getting banner recovery from health and protection, so any of those damage over times. My Mon Mothma is tenacity based, and I would easily beat whatever team you put there. Unless it had Nest. If it had Nest in it, then that one you got to think about. Enfys Nest really messes things up, because then you've got the dot thing, and you've just got a character there that you can't otherwise deal with easily. Okay. So R2 is going to stealth something. And if we assume that he targets Nest and stealths everything else, then she's going to be in public and everybody else is going to be hidden. He can get repeated turns of area effect, right? All enemies. If it scores more than 1 critical hit, its cooldown is reset and it does more damage on its next use. So he escalates. Let's see. So if we were to throw an isolate on him, I guess it's not even that relevant. So if we brought Triumvirate in here, I don't know. looking at this team, it's better than I thought. Because there's a lot of stuff that we could try here that's just not going to work. Because they're going to be in stealth. As long as we can keep the Triumvirate alive, it's a non-issue. We'll just annihilate everybody eventually. I feel like Triumvirate's my best bet right here. They just have a little bit of everything in their kit. They can remove buffs, they can taunt, they can isolate, they can control the situation. So I think we just take in Triumvirate. Would there be any logic to isolating Nest? It prevents her counterattacks, so it stops Nest from counterattacking. So that's probably is who I will isolate. Or maybe R2, because then the stealth gimmick just doesn't work. So maybe we just isolate R2 first and do it that way. Okay. Okay. Who has the... So Traya has big damage. The only good damage right now. So we want to hit Nest once each time. I'll kind of show you guys. If you don't have an Annihilate to deal with Nest, this is how you deal with Nest. Each time she takes a turn, she'll be available for one big hit before she starts developing the purple stuff. So you want to hit her one time each time. Now we don't want to hit her again. We don't want to trigger. Well, we're going to with this cooldown increase, but you don't want to hit her a bunch and trigger a whole bunch of stuff. We don't want to do this because it's a low damage attack, right? And then Traya probably has the better damage. And you can see we're just working her down slowly over time. We'll go ahead and annihilate here. And then when you get stuck against Nest and she's the only one left, then you know you either got to get a daze on her like that, or it goes pretty badly for you. If she gets all of her counterattacks off, yeah. See, this is no good. It's a low damage attack, and then you're just wow, that did enough damage to kill her. That was very surprising. But usually you just work her down a little bit at a time. So if she's in a 5v5 team or whatever, that's what you do. Every time she takes a turn, you just try to get one big hit on her, then go back to working on other things. She takes a turn, get one big hit on her. That way you're not triggering a bunch of counterattacks. All right, we got a Beskar Mando team here. It looks terrifying. What do you think? Beskar versus Beskar? Do the mirror match? Gear 8 versus Relics? See what we can do? That seems logical, right? I think so. I think it is because I just want to play with Beskar Mando. I need some excuse to play this character, right? Is this the one that gives burning? Shock, speed down. Okay, inflict burning. We want to inflict burning. Okay, let's get into the bird stance. Do damage to everybody, get a couple extra birds. Alright. Big hit. Alright, whistling birds. Here we go. What do we get? What do we get? Alright, we got him, boys. Takes a Relic 8 Mando to take out one guy. It's pretty pathetic, really, when you think about it. Alright. Banner's back. Now we just got to try to keep our banners. Keep going. Let's go over here on him. Give him the foresight. Alright. 53. Failed to get enough protection back on Queel. Good enough, though. Release the birds. What's your GP? On my main account here, my GP is right at 6 million. 6 million galactic power. All right, so we've got bounty hunters still. We've got stick ray. We've got Revan. So we can Revan here, and we can bounty hunter here. All right, let's get in here with the Revan group. Ye old Revans. Old Republic can't stop Kylo unless Kylo is undergeared. There is a very slim chance, just very slim, but there is a chance that if they just get the right sequence of blinds and stuff like that, that they can take him out. At Relic 7, with like normal, you know, Gear 12 or less Old Republic, it's kind of just not possible. But, yeah. I've seen them come close to killing my Kylo before. I've seen them come quite close. Got me in the red before. But that's when, like, certain things happen and then you get blinded when you need health back, and you know, of course, you miss the blind. You miss when you're blinded, then you have to wait another turn. And I think that was in 5s. I know what it was. It was in 5s, and they had T3M4 in the group, and I kept getting ability blocked. And I couldn't use the ability that gave me back health and protection. That's what it was. It was in 5s with T3M4. Yeah, I remember that now. All right, let's get these booty hunters in here. Where are they? There they are. All right, get in there. Let's hunt some bounties. Let's collect some pucks. And I tell you what, guys, we're going to bring them in warm or bring them in cold. Cold seems better to me. We're just going to work on the cold aspect of the job right now. All right, duck down into cover, get a stun. Beautiful. Goodbye. Poof. People, somebody had asked me what I thought the most fun teams were, and I listed this as one of the most fun teams. Just for me, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but when I get to push that button and make something disappear in one hit, it's a very high level of satisfaction when you just annihilate somebody in one shot and turn them into a bunch of vapor. Feels good. Feels good. I'd be mad at the armor, though, if I was Beskar Armor Mando, because he got a bunch of armor upgrades and he got worse. Like, he was better before he got the Beskar armor. Sad as that is. Okay, so Rebel Fleet against First Order with Hux. We'll take the standard 3 ships in. We'll take in that as a reinforcement in case we need it. But I don't even think we're going to take in another... Oh, man. This happens to me every single time, guys. I always feel like this is enough, and then I feel like, man, there's just one set of circumstances where if there's a certain sequence of events, I'm going to need another ship. So I'll throw away one more banner. Just in case we need it. This can put Kylo into stealth and keep him alive if the silencer's about to die. First Order tie. Did I not put in the SF tie? I thought I put in the SF tie. Did I mess it up? Oh boy. Or you're talking about the other ship that I bring in. No, the reinforcements are all about making sure that the TIE silencer stays alive. So that's why I bring in Plo, especially against teams like the Malevolence. You just got to make sure that your silencer stays alive. This whole team is the TIE silencer. It's the TIE silencer. Even the capital ship is just a support for the TIE silencer. If you think of your First Order fleet that way, you will be extremely successful with it. It's just about generating turns, getting the right buffs, hitting the right ships over and over again. Call the reinforcement, just pull an attack from him, and that's what we do. Yep. Okay. Then against this fleet, let's bring in the normal starting lineup. What? Separatists, not scoundrels. This reinforcement. And then we're going to go with cheese from there. We're going to go with an entire cheese lineup. This. This battle can sometimes take a while, and we don't want to get... Of course, if the Malevolence runs out of ships, then you're done. So we want to make sure we've got enough stealth ships that we can keep going for as long as we need to. All right. Let's see if we can get the buff immunity onto Anakin. Okay, and then with our tie here, what we might actually want to do, let's see. Let's cleanse here, and then let's target Anakin and see how many assists we can get. It's not enough. Not enough. But we got him on the run. I mean, one good area effect and we should be able to do something, right? Let's get the buffs onto him. Get the buzzies over there. I'm going to bring in the Millennium Falcon right now and get Anakin dead. Get him out of here before he can do anything else. We're not even going to do a spin move. We're just going to go straight into the damage. Okay. Now we'll do a spin move. Get hidden. Do an area effect. I shouldn't have done that because I don't get another ship. I should not have done that. I should have waited. All right. Let's stun here. Okay. We're not going to worry about the Hound's Tooth at the moment because we don't have buzz droids on him. Let's get back here. Get that taken care of. And let's just keep working on him. We'll get the buzz droids back onto the Hound's Tooth. Nope, he just shot him right off. Okay, fine. If that's the way you want to be. Can't get a ship, so might as well not use the ability. Get that out of here. Oh man, now he gets the plow. The plow. Getting health back on that Hound's Tooth, but we're going to do the ult here in a second and get rid of that Hound's Tooth anyway pretty quickly after that. And of course, that's this right here. When you do the ult, that's the point where the Galactic Republic fleet just falls apart. No hope for him from here. All right. Oh, not quite done yet. One more shot. Good. Gotta run. Good job on the GAC DL. All right, Darth Robre. We'll see you later. 60 banners. That's okay. Not fantastic, but got through it and won. Dat Malevolence Fleet is good stuff. Alright, so he dropped 2 battles. We didn't drop any, did we? Did we one-shot everything? I think we did. I feel like we did. So with 1 shot on everything, then I think even if he does well on fleets, I don't think he ever catches up to us on banners. And 28 should be the win. Alright, feel pretty good about that. Feel pretty good about the main account. Feel pretty good about our performance over here on Loquitur as well. So yeah, I think it's going to look like 2 wins. We started off rough this GAC, man. We've got I think 2 losses on the Loquitur account already and 2 losses on the main account already. Not looking like a good round of GAC, but we got to try to pull up our bootstraps from here. All right. So just remember, guys, anybody who wants to join tomorrow, the stream is going to go off 2 hours early. We'll be at 4:30 instead of 6:30 so that I can get trick or treat ready, and we'll go from there. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. I said it at the start of the channel, but congrats to the winners. We had $150 worth of gift certificates given away to 4 $25 winners and 1 Patreon. Darth Batal won the Patreon for $50. So we got some Inquisitors, and the winners were very gracious and very generous in their comments and appreciation. So no, it's been a fun little contest. We got a whole bunch of people that signed up for it, and we got our 4 winners picked. Lord Vader, the guy who administrates the Discord and set all this stuff up in the first place, won one of the $25 gift certificates. So, of course, a bunch of people are teasing him now that it was a rigged deal, but random is random, so it's it's completely random. But it's fun that he won. You know, he does plenty for the channel and plenty for us as a community. So, definitely a good thing that some of the rewards go back to him as well. All right, thank you all for watching. Hit the like button on the way out if you didn't already. Thank you all, and I will see you in the next holocron.